And so the next verse, it goes on. Since he could not pay the debt that he owed. Why couldn't he pay the debt that he owed? He had embezzled it. Since he could not pay the debt that he owed, the owner ordered that him and his wife and his children and everything he owned be sold to repay the debt. So you have to understand the scene here. Everybody's in a meeting in the boardroom. All the guys who are not embezzlers, who are these top department chairs, top vice presidents, have gotten this memo. Oh my gosh, this meeting's coming. Oh wow, this is going to be brutal, right? And so they come to this meeting, and you can just imagine if you're the guy who is in the shoes of being in the shoes of this embezzler. I mean, your palms are sweating, your heart's pounding, your head is absolutely throbbing because you know what? Your gig's up. Your time has come. There's no more con artists. There's no more putting on a show. There's no more pushing off the debt that you owe. It's now your time. And this guy didn't have a rich uncle, and there was no lottery ticket to play, and there was no horse to bet on, and there was no ship that was coming in anytime soon. And so the fact of the matter is this guy is going to be held accountable for everything. So it says, since he couldn't pay, the order was given, hey, you've got to pay, which meant that in that day and age, he and his wife and his kids would all be sold into slavery. A slave was worth about $2,000. And so therefore, what essentially this order was in this verse here that was just ordered because he couldn't pay was the fact that they would all go into slavery, and their kids for generations would be sold into slavery because $2,000 was like 1% of the whole percentage of all that he owed. I mean, it would take enormous amounts of time for this guy to pay back this debt. And so basically the guys who were all sitting around in this boardroom, and they're going, oh my gosh, this is going to be horrible. They're looking down at their shoes. They're embarrassed. This is awkward. We don't want to be a part of this sentence. And when they heard the sentence, they're like, yes, that's what that guy deserves. That is a just punishment to send him and his family to prison and make them pay off this debt. I mean, he knew he couldn't repay. He knew he was stealing. He knew he was embezzling from the company. And so you know what? He knew what the playbook said. He knew what the policies were in the company. If he got caught, that there was going to be a just penalty. He's getting what he deserves. And you know what? That's good enough for him. You're out of here. And this guy, the normal scenario would have been, you're done, you're out of here. But this guy got smart, and this guy had a thought, and this guy figured out, man, I am done. This is my reckoning day. There's nothing else for me. I'm hopeless. I'm in complete distress. What do I have to lose? And so you know what he does? At the pronouncement, he falls on his face. And it says that the servant fell on his face before his boss, before the owner, before the king. And you know what he says? He says, be patient with me. Be patient with me, he begged, and I will repay everything. In other words, the way he says is I'm going to just go ahead and just try it. I'm just going to see if it'll work. I don't know if anybody will have compassion for me. I don't know if anybody will pity me, but I'm going to try because I have nothing else to lose. I've lost it all. And so this guy is begging this CEO, and all these guys around are going, oh, you have got to be kidding me. I mean, he has done all this disastrous stealing to our company, and he has stolen, and he has broken trust, and he has been a horrible employee. I cannot believe that he's actually asking for pity. He's begging for patience. He's begging for some time to repay. Are you kidding me? I mean, seriously. And as shocked as they would have been with this plea for mercy, they were even more shocked at the response of the old man, because you have to understand, this old man was a tried and true business guy. He had lived through a couple of wars. He had been in business a long time, and he was a wise old guy running this company, and nobody was going to be a con artist to him. Nobody was going to kind of slip one by on him. Nobody was going to kind of get out of it. This is the kind of guy that was just and right. And they were shocked out of their minds with what happened, because this guy sat there, and these guys in the boardroom sitting around were like, oh man, don't get soft on us now. Oh man, you've got to give him the punishment that he deserves. And the old man sat there with the guy on his face before him, and he couldn't speak. He got all choked up. And you saw tears start coming down his face. And they're like, oh man, I can't believe this. You mean he's actually, oh no, this is horrible. This is a miserable situation. And look what he says.